Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And coming up tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast. Yes, it's very cold in the east, but a warm up is on the way. And it comes with no rain this weekend. How's that? For the first time in 9 weeks, after 8 weeks in a row where we've lost at least one day, one weekend day to rain, we're not going to have that. We're going to have 2 days with no rain. That's tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, the core of the cold air is now coming in, and we've actually had some reports of some sleet and some wet snow in the mix from this batch of precipitation that occurred today between the upper trough to the west and low pressure that's out off in the Atlantic that's moving away. Not waiting to see who got anything so we could find out if anything fell at official reporting stations. And in the meantime, we've got cold coming up for tonight, and that is going to mean that our temperatures will be headed down in many areas to the 20s. And I'm just going to really quick bring up the Thursday morning forecast lows in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. They haven't really changed very much. So you could look for 20s just about everywhere. The warmer urban areas like Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New York City will probably bottom out close to 32. I think Boston will probably finish just under 32. And there it goes. It's just all 20s everywhere. The good news is that this is going to be the coldest night because temperatures are going to start to bounce. Meanwhile, on the radar as of 3 o'clock Eastern Time, the steady rain has now moved east. It's still going on in southeastern New England. We do have some rain and maybe even some snow showers or some sleet showers or grapple showers in parts of western Connecticut and western Massachusetts. Also in areas in upstate New York, some lake effect snow showers have moved off Lake Ontario, and in Pennsylvania and southwestern New York off of Lake Erie. This is what you would expect in a setup like this. Before too long, though, all those radar echoes will disappear and skies will clear out. Now, as far as rainfall is concerned over the next 7 days, and this won't affect us really until maybe Tuesday of next week when we might see a cold front approach. Looking at a quarter to a half an inch, higher amounts as you go up into upstate New York and into New England, lower amounts as you head south. A quarter of an inch or less in the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, with just a small exception there in northern Kentucky, at least according to the forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. The southern half of the United States, dry. The northern part, the northwest, getting clobbered with heavy rain, several to many inches of rainfall in the Pacific Northwest. Some of that's going to translate into snow in the northernmost Rockies, northern Idaho, and on up into southern Canada. And with regards to snowfall, 72-hour probability of at least 2 inches. Not a whole lot being indicated here in the United States. Just a few pockets of low probability in the Northeast, very low probability, and also a few pockets up in the northern Rockies and extending on up into Canada. The overall pattern is one where troughs want to keep dropping into the east, but everything is moving along. So the trough that is moving through now is going to lift out, and we'll get into sort of a flattish pattern for the weekend with a west wind. No real ridging in the east, just sort of a flat west to east flow across the United States, except for the Pacific Northwest, where we've got all this troughing off the coast of the Pacific Northwest and in the Gulf of Alaska, the energy coming in to bring that area rain. The rest of the country is going to be quiet, but as we go into next week, another trough drops down into the eastern part of the United States along about Monday night, Tuesday. Then that's going to lift out, and then it'll be followed by probably another trough right behind it. So as long as we have that happening, yeah, we'll warm up in between cold shots, but the warm-ups will be brief, and they won't be anything like we saw last week with the record high temperatures that occurred at the end of the week and going into the into last weekend. So just get ready for the cold tonight. We've got that cold high is going to be centered right along the coast. I'm sorry, it's going to eventually be settled right along the coast. Right now, it's down in Arkansas. We've got this northerly flow that goes all the way down into the southeast, so it's cold everywhere. And cold night extends all the way down through the southern states. The high moves to the coast on Thursday. Temperatures will start to bounce up a little higher on Friday. So tomorrow's highs will probably be not much out of the 40s. Maybe a few spots get close to 50. I think we'll be into the 50s on Friday and then probably break above 60 for both Saturday and Sunday. And I think both those days will feature some sun. You can see the next front to the north is not going to get here on Sunday. There's another system that's coming for Monday night and Tuesday, and that may be the next chance that we see some showers, and we'll have to deal with whether there might be the front may slow down, maybe there'll be a wave on it, maybe there won't. And you can see the next cold high that's trying to build up into the northern lakes with another low that comes out to the northeast late next week. That one, the models have been kind of telegraphing this with maybe some snows up in upstate New York and into New England for late next week. We'll just have to wait and see on that. So we will see everybody tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show. That's at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So enjoy the rest of your day. See you tonight.